Hello all, how are you doing class? I hope you are enjoying a good break without a VC class and the online forum. As most of you know, I have submitted my small project for term 3 pitch, and here I am uh, giving you presenting an online pitch. Unfortunately, I will not be around in the coming F2F week in Madrid, so I thought let me give you a YouTube pitch and invite interest to join the team. The project is named Smart Investor and is addressed to the bottom of the pyramid segment in the emerging market family, but of course can be leveraged to the developing countries. Before I run you through the project, I will like to walk you through what is a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. It's essentially an unregulated investment plan whose motive is to attract investors with huge returns. But essentially, the hidden agenda is to run away with the whole investments in subsequent months. I have listed on few of the famous Ponzi schemes in India, Kenya, Colombia, South Africa, and Dubai. And if you look at the amount which the founder of the Ponzi scheme has made, it's probably more than a bank would make in most few of the countries. For instance, a recent one was this Essential in Dubai. And if you look at the promise, the founder said he will give 120% return if investors submitted $25,000. So you can look at the crazy returns these guys suggest. And of course, these are the attractions which bring the financially illiterate investors to the market. And when a country is as diversified as India financially, you can request people to invest probably $10 a month, and you can still make 7 billion throughout the 55 million investors. And this is exactly what PACL, Sahara, and other schemes have done. Now, the smart investors' objective, the project, is threefold. First of all, it targets to increase the financial literacy over a handheld platform such as mobile, iPad, and etc. It's of course the next segment is to bring in reliable and affordable source of investment avenues such as mutual funds, insurance, uh, and of course the government-backed securities and bonds. And if you look at the mobile phone usage across the world, you would agree that the solution must be on mobile platform, right? And this is 2014 data, although I'm sure things have changed a lot in this recent past. Now, talking it from technology perspective, how to develop this solution. Okay, so first of all, it of course has to be multilingual. Now, within India, people speak close to 20 plus languages, so it has to be multilingual. And no, for now, I'm just talking from India perspective with of course knowledge from the region, but this is pitched for other emerging countries such as South Africa, uh, Philippines, Colombia, etc. Now, from implementation perspective, how we plan to do it is represented through this flowchart. The first of all, it's important to onboard a customer and how it's done. So we'll have some ground force. We call them as the investment representatives. Uh, our executives will personally meet the investors. He will explain the investor about what is the primary objective of the smart investor application, what kind of offerings we have, and how we plan to implement them. Technologically, we plan to have a very secured operation. So my recommendation is to use biometric identification. So a user would of course need to submit his or her uh, thumb impression to secure his account. This can also work as an identification mark. So of course we'll have some physical stores wherein the user can come in and can take the standing instructions and can give in standing instructions and can take the statements using his biometric details. And this will also help to secure the data, customer data. Now these securities are of course offered by famous banks and governments. Here I've taken a case of Santander Bank. So once the customer is onboarded into the application, the securities are issued by the bank. Customer can see these securities over his mobile. And for instance, he wants to make an additional purchase. Now, how would he do that? Okay, of course, we don't want lot of ground force to spend time uh, into making investors do additional purchase. The smart investor, what he can do is can go to our next neighborhood stores such as 7-Eleven or Tesco. He can purchase a card such as iTunes card or through online mode, and can recharge his handset for recharge his mobile wallet, or can also recharge his prepaid mobile, and then can send an SMS to our department, smart investor technology department, a WhatsApp or an SMS, an email, everything will work, and our team will deduct that amount and will invest it to the exit security. On the products, as I stated, we will primarily use debt equity mutual funds. We will also use government-backed securities, and of course insurance, which is very essential, right? We'll cover both the health insurance and the term plans. Talking about the revenue, so it's of course for profit make social venture. So there are no free lunches for us, right? We plan to expand it in future. So every asset management company in India pays close to 1% of the commission for every single investment. Okay, and if it's a recurring investment, it means the investor plans to continue to invest every month, every week. 0.5% of the commission is still passed on to the agent. Now here when I say agent, it will be the smart investor in our case, but traditionally they are people who promote these funds insurance on the ground. And from the revenue perspective, looking at the population in the emerging markets, we of course plan to target a significant number, close to 4 million. It could be sooner than 3 years. And the offering has to be really small in terms to the plan. It has to be can be close to $10 a month. So that's the plan in summary. Please do let me know if you have any queries, any doubts. From the team perspective, I'm looking for people who can really associate with this the segment, the bottom of the pyramid segment, and they really want to contribute to the society. And we can, of course, it's just a term 3 plan, but then the empathy, the emotional uh, intelligence is essential here, because we need to accordingly pitch it when it comes to marketing as well, right? So we'll have to accordingly pitch it, understand the customer mindset, and then pitch it. Technologically, of course, we can get it done, offshore it somewhere to develop a mobile app, and the product knowledge we can build it. Yeah. So let me know whoever is interested. It's an open forum, and anything you want to change, I'm open for changes. Uh, I hope you find this interesting and what's spending your time. Thank you so much, guys. This is Amit signing off. Bye bye.